And we're back, guys. Hello, friends. All right. Today, I'm going to answer all your questions about arbitrage. Yeah, that's why we got a little money out today, okay? Arbitrage is really simple, but only if you watch it, because it's a really abstract concept to a lot of people, okay? Now, arbitrage is simply being able to do a transaction and get a risk-free profit for it. I know. Great. Can you tell me what this risk-free transaction is? How do I do it? Where do I, how much can I make? Well, it's not that hard, and the thing is, arbitrage opportunities only pop up for a short period of time, usually, and they're very bespoke. There's no telling what the transaction might look like, and so you can't paint them as a general broad strokes. Oh, well, this is all just arbitrage. Saying that's meaningless. It's like saying private equity. Well, does that mean they own a business privately? Does that mean they're a big firm? Does that mean it has an infinite meaning, and so it means almost nothing. So today we're going to break down a very common arbitrage in crypto. And it also works in other markets, but crypto is really the best place to find it right now. And it's easily the best place to take advantage of it. All right, so here's a simple example of how arbitrage might occur. Let's say I got a stack of $10,000 right here. And my buddy, he's got a stack of $10,000 right here, all right? But he's wanting to sell his $10,000. Let's call these Tether, okay? Now, maybe these 10,000 tethers he's got, there might be a few bucks shy. You know, he might be a little concerned about the backing on them. All right? A lot of times people are very concerned about, do they have all the dollars? Not that I'm saying I am, but it's been said by a lot of intelligent people a lot of times. So, maybe he's wanting to sell his dollars really, really quickly, his Tether dollars. Well, he might want to sell them so bad that he's willing to sell them for, instead of $10,000 like it should be, maybe $9,999. I mean, that seems reasonable, right? Or maybe even $9,900 because he really, really, really wants to sell them. And okay, he needs to sell those. And I've got some money over here. Let's call these DM. They're nice, clean DM, all right? I know it says US dollar, but that's the same thing. So just put a little DM symbol on this as far as you're concerned. Now, I'm happy to give him most of these dollars for his 10,000 in Tether. But because he's so desperate, I'm going to need a little incentive. So he's going to have to kick in an extra $100, or I'm going to get a $100 discount. So we swap. Here's my 10,000 DM, quality money, and I'll take, 10,100 for tethers, okay? Now, I have an account with Tether, so I can immediately turn around and be like, give me my money or I will burn this place to the ground. And they'll be scared, and so they actually will give me my money back. And even if they aren't fully backed, you can get most of your money out of Tether before it collapses, because that's just how it works. Until they're out of dollars to hand out to people, you'll be able to redeem, if you're actually able to redeem. You have to have a sizable account, and they do background check. There's a whole process to it. But all that to be said, as far as I'm concerned, I can take these tethers and redeem them directly for dollars that I can then turn into DM. And so it's perfectly fine for me to do this little trade. So I just made a free $100. And so now I got my cash and I can go put it back in DM. Now, your dollars are 1-to-1 with DM. So bam, turn my DM into dollars, and I still got an extra 100 over here that maybe I kept in Tether. Definitely didn't do that though. I turned it into dollars, and then I turned that into DM. So now I started out with $10,000 and I have $10,100. And because I have this whole thing set up where it's risk-free for me to redeem this and I can guarantee it instantly, I made a risk-free profit of $100. Now, $100 barely, it's maybe going to buy me and my buddy breakfast or something. But if you do this a whole bunch, you're making a significant amount of risk-free money over time. Now, it doesn't, of course, have to be that simple, and it doesn't always have to be Tether, as much as we like to knock them here and there. It can be USDC. In fact, a great opportunity occurred not terribly long ago. USDC fell to 89 cents, which means they were selling this $10,000 stack of USDC for $8,900. I know I swept in and I made a whole lot more than $100 off of it back when that happened. Okay? And as soon as they opened back up, please take this stack of 10,000 USDC that I bought for 8,900 and give me $10,000. Risk-free arbitrage. Now, some of you are going to be saying, hey, there was a risk going on. That's why they were trading it less than that. And you know what? You're right. That is not a true, pure arbitrage. Okay? When you have to go through a redemption thing and all that, it is not a guaranteed arbitrage. It is a ultra low risk, and we can call it arbitrage deal, but some people out there are going to want to be super, super sure on their arbitrage, okay? True arbitrage, there is zero risk whatsoever. In theory, USDC, they could go out of business and like, you know, oh gosh, the money's gone. Very, very, almost zero risk of that, but it technically could happen. But let's talk about a true perfect arbitrage, okay? Let's say I have an asset, maybe my computer. Oh wait, they don't accept those yet. I know. I have a little bit of gold, okay? I got this nice chunk of gold. I turned it into a token, and I took that gold token and I put it in the DD protocol, all right? Maybe I turned it into some of that PAX gold they've got over there, or the gold token that some of you have been asking me to make. Comment below, tell me if you really do want this gold token. Maybe we'll make one, all right? I promise you we'll have a better fee schedule if we do, but you got to really show me the interest. All right. Anyway, so I took my gold token to DD, and I borrowed some DM, all right? I borrowed some nice fat stacks of DM, and then I was like, you know what? I want to buy some more gold because I got a thing with gold. It's, you know, I got a weakness for shiny things. All right, it's a problem, I know. So I took my DM, and I swapped it for some more gold, and maybe I put it in there. But I noticed somebody else is in trouble, and they're selling their DM so fast, so rapidly, that it's now being sold for 99 cents on the dollar. So I can buy a nice fat 10 stack here, and it only cost me $9,900. Well, duh, I'm going to take that. So I'll take $10,000 in cash. I'll swap that with 10,000 DM, and I'll still have 100 left over. So cool, save me 100. Keeping that over here. And now I take my 10,000 DM that only cost me 9,900 and I pay down my debt. So now I've extinguished the debt I owed on my gold and I made a profit. Because I borrowed it and sold it at face value, I borrowed it and got the full 10K value, but I only repaid 9,900 in value. I made a profit off of taking out a loan. Risk-free, guaranteed, nothing can go wrong in that. Now, it's not all the money in the world, and because DD is so stable, DM rarely ever goes below peg, but in the rare opportunity it does, gobble, 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 take the free money. Because why not? I know, right? And that's arbitrage for you. It's very simple. If a stable coin is slightly depegged and you can guarantee a value of $1 to be used for it, go get that thing and use it. It's just that simple. And this applies to other things too. DM is very useful for this, but you can also do it with a Maker's Dye token and several other things, okay? So as long as the thing is always usable for $1, and especially if you have a position in debt set up with the protocol, you have a risk-free arbitrage waiting to happen. You just got to get it to fall or catch it when it does, if it ever does. And you know, sometimes people pushing through big orders, it causes these things. I've been guilty of doing this before. I've actually done orders that move the market like a penny on a stable coin or two before. It happens. It's perfectly normal. And when that happens, you can get in there and get that free money. It's really, really easy. And I highly, highly suggest you take advantage of it. And if you don't want to do it directly, the Overlord Club does it itself. And you can benefit from this by becoming a member and signing up today. It's just that easy. All right, if you have any questions, please hit us up in the comments below. If you want to talk about more advanced arbitrages, how about interest rate arbitrages? We can talk about that next time. Anyway, have a good night.